It's been said, it's not how you start, but how you finish that can make all the difference. Does that statement mean anything to you? It does to me, but it wasn't always the case. You see, back in high school, I was on the tennis team. And once a week, to get us in shape, the coach made us run 2 miles. Now that's 8 times around that stadium track. Well, I remember the first time. I didn't know any better, so I bolted from the starting line. Lap 1, lap 2, lap 3, 4, 5, 6, I want to drink. 7, I want to stop. Lap 8, I want my mommy. Struggling around that final turn, with just 100 yards to go, my eyes searched for the finish line, but found something much more appealing. Standing there near the finish was my heartthrob, Jessie. And I knew it was her, because wherever she goes, I see clouds part and angels sing. And something miraculous happened inside me. And I wasn't tired anymore, and I sprinted that last 100 yards. How? There was no physical difference. The only difference was here. Seeing Jessie at that finish showed me that I chose to be defeated before I really was. Unfortunately, I had a track record for doing just that. Even in my tennis matches, I'd start out strong. I could be leading 4 games to 1, only to finish by losing 4 games to 6. And it wasn't just in athletics, even in life events. Like when I went off to college, I started off strong. I got all A's because I was going to be a doctor. When I applied to medical school, I was rejected due to my poor senior grades. I didn't finish strong, and it cost me. Often with the end in sight, I'd simply go through the motions, losing interest or quitting when the going got tough. Up to then, though, my shortcomings only affected me. But when they begin to affect the ones I love, now that's another story. For instance, when I was a new dad to my little girl, Pumpkin, I started off strong. I sprinted into parenthood with excitement and enthusiasm. Before long, we were inseparable as she hung on every word I said. Are you familiar with that old lullaby called Turn Around? Well, together, we lived that lullaby as we danced through those early years. Turn around and you're 2, turn around and you're 4, turn around and you're a young girl going out of the door. Can you guess what the problem is when you try to live that lullaby? Well, there's no line in that lullaby that goes, turn around and you're 16. Our speakers today, they'll tell you. She barely even talked to me. Her face was always buried in her virtual world of cell phones and Facebook. So I quit on her by silencing my voice. Because parenting felt like I was running that last lap. This was supposed to be the finish that we crossed hand in hand. Because it would be the start of the many finish lines that we would cross, that she would cross on her own. So that's when I remembered Jessie. Remember Jessie? It was like Jessie showed up at the finish line again to remind me that quitting before the finish is a choice. A choice I can't make anymore. So I put in the love and the effort. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it. Because now we have a good relationship. We communicate often. And she even friended me on Facebook. So now I'm sprinting through the last 100 yards of parenting because I choose to finish strong. You see, how do you finish? At work? At play? sometimes find yourselves just going through the motions? Losing the passion and the excitement you had when you began? Don't let that happen. Finish strong. You see, back in high school, finishing strong when I was quitting on myself got me a date with the prom queen, Jessie. More importantly, finishing strong when I was quitting on my daughter allows us to now finish our lullaby. Turn around and you're tiny. Turn around and you're grown. Turn around and you're a young wife with babes of your own. Whenever you reach the final lap in anything you do, be prepared for the last 100 yards. Find your Jessie. Because it's not how you start, but how you finish that can make all the difference.